No system at all. Pure technicals. Pure technical skill set, no system. Pure technicals. Purely technical trader. I'm a technical trader. I'm a technical kind of guy. I like my things technical. Mashati. That kept by record. Away. All respect. Away. Before the fame. Away. Ish guys, I'm still loading the station there. I'm still loading. If you can see why I'm delaying. This is the reason why I'm delaying. So it's still like loading. Trading view is loading. Even this side. You see, there's no fundamentals, guys. Pure technicals. On DM you away after you're done away. Do you use fundamentals? No, man. What's happening? So let's wait for this to load, and then obviously we will start. I want to do currencies today. I see my boy Supreme is in the house. Is that your ring light changing colors? No, man, it's not the ring light. I thought you were in a club for a second. It's the sick bay, man. You see how sick this sick bay is? It's too sick. The sick bay is sick itself, man. The sick bay needs the dog time, man. It's sick. The sick bay itself is sick. Imagine that. You use fibs? Yes, man, I do use fibs a lot. I wanna join the group too. Away. You look like stylish, away. Saw a sell on NAS100 and US30. I saw different, man. Why is US30 almost pip behind on TradingView than that of MetaTrader? Hey, man. Me also, I don't know. I don't know. I didn't expect it too, man. I didn't expect it as well. I didn't expect it. Okay. It's too much. Look at that. We traded that whole buy. That whole buy, we caught it. That whole buy. Even from there, I'm telling you, from there we caught it. The sell, we caught it. The buy, we caught it. You see, the good thing about trading one thing, let me tell you the secret. The good thing about trading one thing is that you always know where it's going. There is no ways you don't know where it's going, because you are obviously looking at one thing. One of the biggest mishaps that we have in society is that people are so obsessed with trading everything. I don't even know what the obsession is about. Like, honestly, I have no idea. Like, really, guys, let's talk about it for a minute. I don't know where the obsession is from. I don't know why people do this, but people are obsessed with trading everything. It will not work. Like, it just won't work. So stick to one thing, see your life change. Honestly. That's what I think. That's how I feel. Okay, so I'll go through a couple of things with you, with hopes that what I'll be showing you is stuff that will be, that will really like kind of impact and inspire your lives. So, oh my word. I spoke about the fall of the index from there. The last time I looked at the index was round about there, man. Round about there when I said that this thing was gonna drop. Look at a couple of months later, man. Look at that, man. It's the change of accents for me. I am telling you. Good luck for the week in that day. Arbulayeng, you know, my bro. Let's kill. May you please look at GU or UCAD. I'm gonna look at the index USD CAD, Euro USD. Index Euro USD and USD CAD. in that order, just in that order. I mean, even if you don't trade these things, but stay around because you can learn a thing or two. I'm very much confident of that one thing. At least you'll learn a thing or two. How far, bros? I am well, brother. How far? I'm very well, hey. I'm very, very, very well, hey. The Lord is good. God is too good. Institutional trading. Away, damn, you're too clean. I see you, doctor. I see you too, my brother. I see you. Rishapa Zaga this week, man. You know, man. Could you possibly save the life? Your success story. I'll record that on YouTube as well. It will drop. Not that we are wearing caps because we are ugly, hey? We are just wearing them because we love them, hey? Don't think we are wearing them to hide impandla. No, there's no impandla. I am telling you, there's no impandla. It doesn't exist, eh? It doesn't exist. I am telling you. No, guys, I'm joking. Jokes, guys. Jokes, hey. Jokes, guys. Jokes. I'm not that guy, hey. I'm not that guy, hey. Okay, so we're ready to hit the road. Let's do this. After this 30 for 20 group, you'll be getting fresh nuggets from the doctor, obviously, just as you normally do. So I will give you guys my understanding of what is really going to happen. My goodness, the way I'm so good is too much. It's too much. Do you know that I speak to my charts and my charts listen to me? You don't know. Me, I'm looking at my analysis now that I dropped like a while back, really got to TP and turned to the downside. That is just crazy, man. That's just crazy. That is sick. You confirm, brother. You confirm. See, I see you confirming, eh? I see you confirming. Confirm, brother, man. Confirm. You said you never had a mentor in the past. So what information or course did you learn? I did have a mentor. My mentor was Sean Lehman. Dr. Do you still remember me in that convoy? I was with the Toyota Fortune. Please remind me, bro. Toyota, which convoy was this? Where were we going? Please remind me. Why are the people wanting to join your group and what does it take to join? I mean, you join where you see value, man. You join when you see value. The one and only doctor in the game, you know. Keep up with the good work. God bless. Thank you so much. I confirm. We are in Nigeria, my doctor, the accent. I just joined. How long in? You're right. You're just perfect. You joined at the right time because I'm about to break down some structure so you're able to learn a thing or two. Appreciation with your work, Chief, but how come the other twin drinks and party, but you don't? Preference, man. It's a preference thing. It's a preference thing. Okay, let's do this. Okay, first of all, let's remove the filter because the filter doesn't look good on the charts. It makes them look ugly. Okay, so this is the chart that we have. This is the dollar index. So for the first time in the long, I mean, look at this. This is the index. This is US 30. I trade these things the same way, just different execution. As I did say, guys, like not that when we say US 30 and thingy whatever, that we trade them whatever. It's just different execution, but the strategy is the same. If you look at this and you look at that, you'll notice that that's the same layout, that's the same everything, and obviously oh yeah, MK, I remember you, man. I remember. Yes, you can join tomorrow and still have your 30 days. Yes, that's true. That's US 30 there. That's the index there. And today we are here. So this is the index on the daily time frame. So let's really get to break down the index, right? So if you look at the index carries all USD pairs in it. Meaning that if you get to understand the index, then you basically know how to trade USD pairs. What I mean by this is the strength or the weakness of the index can give you direction of where the market can potentially go to next for that specific week you're looking at. So most people neglect the index and obviously trade other things, but don't actually realize and notice that the index drives everything else that happens. So if you get to understand the index, then you know exactly what to do on the other stuff. So this is kind of like your blueprint for currencies. So if you are looking at currencies, the index is the best thing. We've got a course on the index as well that comes obviously with the online course, and I called it the index trading. So that's the index confluence trading. So once you get to understand this, then you can obviously trade any USD pair. So now what we do have here is that we've got the index, obviously and clearly. The index over here was weakened from the top of the 102.500 level. So that's the level in which, that's the level in which the index basically started dropping from 102.5, came all the way down to 90.100. So that's the level in which it dropped into. So this has been the most drastic drop on the index, which was also quite anticipated and expected. If you took my online course, you would know that when I was recording the course, the index was around there, and I did anticipate that the index would drop to these levels at least. And when it got here, I knew that we were still going to drop. But right now, as we are sitting, I'm seeing a change and shift in structure as I'm looking at this chart to say that there's a potential that the index might actually recover from the drop that happened from the beginning of the year last year. I think this was around about 2019, actually, not even 18. So this was actually March 2020. Sorry about that. This was March 2020 when the index was actually dropping, and this has been a very beautiful drop on the index, giving us direction and debilitating where the USD pairs can potentially go to. I personally know, guys, that US30 and NAS100 are the trendy markets right now, but this does not invalidate the fact that you can still make a lot of money from currencies. Guys from the US make money from currencies. Guys from the UK make money from currencies. There's people who make hundreds of thousands in dollars using currencies. So don't be pressured to trade indices because you see everyone trade indices. Currencies are a bit more stable, a bit more relaxed, so you can obviously trade currencies and still be able to make money. So don't really be pressured to trade indices when you can clearly trade currencies. So currencies are still a thing, and you can still make a whole lot of money. I personally do have students who still do trade currencies, and this is okay for you to basically strengthen your technical confidence, for you to know that once you analyze, the market will potentially go to your direction and stuff like that. So people must not neglect currencies, and people must always look and into trading currencies. They are a bit more stable, a bit more slow, and they are able to give you consistent amounts. There was a time where I used to trade currencies strictly, even when people were trading NAS100, but I used to trade currencies. So people still do trade currencies, and currencies still do pay. If you up the lot size, you will see money coming in. And with here, if you can use a 0.01 on NAS100, that means you can use a 0.10 on currencies. If you can use a 0.10 on currencies, that means you can use a standard lot on indices, that means you can use a standard lot on currencies. So people confuse this. If you can trade indices, then you've got the confidence to trade currencies like nobody's business. I can prove this. I can open an account specifically for currencies to show and prove to you that currencies do pay, and create my FX book account to practically demonstrate the fact that currencies still do pay a lot of money. So people must not neglect currencies because they think that everyone is trading NASDAQ and they also want to be relevant. It's not about relevancy, but about money making. If you can't make money out of it, stop trading it. If you can make money, continue trading it and grow from it and make money. So let's look at this. So the index has been dropping. Obviously, once the index drops, so if you look at this is DXY, right? So this is USDX. So anything that has USD and X, who's this saying nyere? Let's block him so that he is hidden from this thing. So you must explain what that nyere means before I block you. If you don't justify the statement, you are out of this live. Very quick. Let me pin your comment so you know that let me pin it so you know that I'm talking to you. That person must fix their statement before they are blocked. So from there, it was basically dropping all the way down to around the 90-100 level. So this could potentially be a pullback, or this could still be a continuation to the upside. So people need to understand that you look at structure to basically understand where the market is going, and this will help make you understand whether we are buying or selling. So this is USDX, and obviously USDX means that you are trading something that is moving the same way with the current with the index. So if you've got USD JPY, then you've got USD CAD, you've got USD CHF. So if anything has USD before whatever currency, then it moves exactly the same way as the USDX, you know. So let me hide this Millionaire guy, because he can't fix his statement. Hide from live. Wait, why do I keep on saying go live with? I don't want to see him. Hide him straight. He will no longer see your lives. That's good. So if you want to hide the comments, just tap once on the screen and they'll be hidden. They'll be just below you. So USDX. So this is the dollar index. Now let's go to USD CAD. So look at how USD CAD has been sinking, the same way the index has been. Oh my word, this was free money. My goodness, this was free money, honestly. Like free money. From the top of the markets there, I did trade this. Like I was very big on currencies that time. You know, as you can see, like I really analyzed and, you know, like stuff. So USD CAD and the index are moving the same direction. So look at USD CAD, look at the dollar index. Let's look at USD CHF, the Swiss franc as well. Look at how the formation was from this market. Look at that drop. And this rise was practically inspired by the rise that happened on the index as well. So these things are ideally moving the same direction. So USD CAD. Now look at Euro USD. Euro USD moved the opposite direction. Like look at that. So from this point, Euro USD was rising. The drop was inspired by the pull back that happened on the index. So if you understand how the index works, then you can clearly trade these things with understanding. So for the guys who've got the course, you can see that these things are from the course. As you know, I never really deleted anything from this chart, but everything that's here is literally from the course. So the dollar went up. I still did speak about the rise on the dollar. Even here when people spoke about the sell, I still saw a buy, mainly because of the index. So this is free stuff and free information that you guys are getting. So let's get to it. Let's look at the index and what we can potentially see from the index to basically understand what we can trade from here and see what it is that we have. So index full screen mode. So practically speaking, from a long-term perspective, we saw that the index is currently in a downward trend, and that is also like unquestionable. So we cannot question that. Color theme. Let me do this. Dark and blue. Let me see if this color theme is the same actually. Wait, hold up. Dark and blue. This is exactly the same theme. Let me do this. Save as. Okay, just a second. I'm still dealing with something quickly. So yeah, let's do this color theme, Dr. Martin. No, man. No, man. It's not what I want. Color theme. Where is Dr. Martin? No, man. Oh, my goodness. Okay, that's fine. Okay, whatever. So on the index, right? So the index had a previous low over the, so the index printed this low before the actual rise. So this was actually like a low that was printed around this region. So we've got like a whole area of liquidity around there. I'm sorry that I'm going to draw this big enough, but I mean, I'm drawing this to show you guys that we've got a region over here that was once a low and broke out, came back to be tested again. So this could be a retest of this low. However, looking at this formation and structure, something is basically happening over here. Like the market is trending up. Like as you can see, we're currently on an upward trend. For me, I will confirm that the index is done correcting and still going to drop, or the index is still going up, looking at how the market forms between these two regions that it formed on last week. So we've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So all this move that happened over here will basically determine how I trade, how I would trade the currencies that obviously obtain the USD in them for the coming week. So this thing is easy, guys, right? This thing is like way easy. So we've got this area and region over there. which was obviously previous high, and we have this thing that's forming as well. So for the trend line, guys, like I'll just do this for the sake of the trend line, guys, and like band. So vele senze lokhu nje just for the trend line, guys, band. Sesiyenza nje ngoba nakho, uyabona. Ngoba nakho-ke sinabantu abatrade ama-trend lines. So nakho-ke, you've got that. So it hit there, went back up there. So obviously chances of us coming back down are very much possible. So we can still drop on the index and still break below this and go down. But for me, I do favor like short moves. Looking at how this is setting up, I do favor like short moves to the downside, at least catering for the channel that is seemingly forming on this particular time frame. But if you go to the H4 time frame as well, I'm pretty sure that you will see something different. So on the H4 time frame, you are able to see that we are currently actually now dropping. And if you look at this perspective as well, you can actually confirm what you saw on the daily to say that even the counter trend line has been broken, and obviously the market is now maintaining and holding on these lower time frame regions that we do have over there. So we do have this region and level as well that still is kind of being respected regardless of whatever's happening. So we do have this level and area which is still kind of being respected. So the DXY is currently maintaining below this level. I would be happy to see the index breaking past this low for me to confirm that the index will weaken even further. If we can break out of this low, and obviously one thing that I would expect is obviously a close below that low. Like once we close below that low, come back to retest, then we can obviously start seeing like the market. So this is what I do expect, like a close below a retest, and obviously the market can continue falling, as we can see that already the market is creating a series of lows as it's falling. So the market is kind of giving us signs and ways of telling us and debilitating that the market is actually dropping at this point in moment. So let's look out for this kind of move on the index, meaning that if the dollar weakens, then we know that the rest of everything will strengthen if the dollar is obviously on the right hand side. So if we've got Euro USD, we expect to buy. If we've got whatever GBP USD is gonna buy, whatever USD is gonna buy. So USD CAD will drop, USD CHF will drop, USD whatever will drop, but whatever USD will rise, XXX USD will rise. If the dollar is on the right, then we expect to buy. But if the dollar is on the left, we expect to sell. So this is what we're typically looking at for the week. So from the index, I do see signs and potentials of a drop. And also, this is my hotspot. So where the index is sitting now is a hotspot. So depending on how market opens and how tomorrow sets out, then we will know whether or not we are buying or selling on the index. So which is why on currencies, Mondays are most important to observe, because Mondays give you a direction decider to know whether we are buying or selling on that particular market. So right now we do have this level as a decider. For tomorrow, we'll see how it plays out around this level and region. And obviously you can trade late tomorrow or like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, so you want to observe how this area is looking like for you to basically see how the rest of the week can basically turn out. So Mondays are generally good days to analyze and to sit down and to look at the markets from a broader perspective. Sit back, relax, and understand how the markets can potentially go. So we've got the Euro USD right now as well. So let's go to the daily time frame as well to see. So looking at this very chart, it's very much visible that we are on a bullish market on the dollar. So the dollar has been extremely bullish, like nobody's business. You can see this. I mean, even the dumbest person can see. I will not depend on this. Like, this is why I hate trend lines. I will not depend on this to basically know whether we are buying or selling. There's people who are looking at this and are convinced that this thing's going to sell practically because it broke the trend line, and this is not reason enough for me, honestly. If it's going to sell, I need more reason than a break of a trend line, because a trend line is not enough for me to decide whether the market is going to buy or going to sell. So I need more reason from this to know whether the market is going to buy or sell. So trend lines are good good to give you the confidence to know that the market is buying or selling, but trend lines are not enough to basically know and understand. For me, I like looking at things from this perspective of a clean chart to understand whether or not are we still buying or selling. So from the daily time frame, I do think that the daily is also not looking quite bearish. For most people, we do look at everything else but never really observe how candles also form. And if you look at this was actually a trough, so that's a peak and a trough. So the market printed out a trough at that point, and the market cannot reverse with this formation. This is not formation enough. This is not formation enough to basically sell. It's not formation enough. For me, this is a low that just got printed. So I do expect the markets to basically rally to the highs a bit more. And if we do rally to the highs, then that means we're going to close above the trend line. If we close above the trend line, then that means that this thing is basically not selling. And that was a fake below the trend line. And if you're looking at the markets from a trend line alone, then you're obviously being faked out of that market that you're looking at. So for me, I'm looking at more than just the trend line formation. I'm looking at the fact that we do have a low over here that was printed that the market is currently like now sitting above. So this lowest point, the market came and closed above it, and this seems like a retest to me. So if you go to a smaller time frame even, you'll notice that this thing is actually now sitting at a critical level, same way we do have this level on the index. Remember that Euro USD and the index are one and the same thing. The same way we've got a critical level on the index, the same way we have that critical level even on Euro USD. So Euro USD, let me switch on this slide and see something actually. Let me do this. I think that's a bit better, like it brings on that fresh formation. So this is what we have as well. So for someone who's trading, this is what we have. We have a trend, like an upward trend that's forming, like a mini trend line that's forming. When I started trading, guys, a trend on the H4 was the strongest trend. So I mean, because that thing is forming on the H4, I'll respect it, because I know that I used to trade the H4 time frame a lot. So it's only later on in my trading career that I started looking at like higher time frames and stuff, you know. But when I started, I looked at very smaller time frames, and they truly did work to some extent. So I do respect what's going on. So if the index is dropping, then this is expected to rise. And look at the formation of this as well to see that the counter trend has actually been broken. So if you look at this, look at the fact that the counter trend is broken, you will basically understand that there's high chances of this market actually railing to the upside. And looking at how structure is also forming, you can see that obviously the market is now creating series of highs, and obviously the series of highs that have been created in this market are practically helping us understand whether we are buying or selling in this market, which in this case, it looks clearly like a buy to me. I will not be selling this market. If I trade it. So if I say I will not, it doesn't mean I'm trading it. Just understand that I would not. So currencies are very good. So I would not trade this. If you go to the H1, I wonder how the H1 looks like. Even worse, my goodness. My kind of formations. These are my favorite kind of formations. Whenever I'm trading, So my favorite kind of formations are these ones where you get such formations from here, and you can see that the moving averages is clearly acting as a level of support, and the market is ranging. So this is a ranging market, I beg. So don't think otherwise. This is a ranging market, I beg. If you go to a smaller time frame, you'll notice that this thing is ranging like nobody's business. Let's go to the M15. Let's see. Yeah, this is a ranging market, clearly. So that's the ranging market. So from here, I do favor buys from this level. I know that other people are seeing other things, but for me, I would obviously buy from this point over here and hope that the market will break to the upside from this level. So these are my kind of formations, guys. And this also came with time. So it's not something that just came today. So I didn't come on this live today and decided that this is my kind of formation. No. This is a kind of formation that is my kind of formation that came with the years of trading. So people must have not robbed themselves of the years that they need to put in to practically understand how this thing works. So for me, I see a clean buy to the upside and practically breaking past this high. So that high has to be broken ultimately. So that high over there ultimately has to be broken. So I do think that, you know, with time, we will come and obviously break out of that counter trend that is forming. At least if we are going to go down, at least let's come back and retest the trend line over there, and then we'll basically be selling from that point. But for me, I do see like a buy on this market, because even if you draw like trend lines and stuff, I mean, there's still a channel there, you know. There's still a channel. Like that's the same thing I saw on that's the same thing I saw there on DXY. So there's that ascending channel, like descending channel that we see. So the markets can still go back up there before we drop, of which I do think that we can break out of that level. So there is still that descending channel. So I don't really trade channels and stuff like, guys, I don't trade channels that much, so it's still a potential move that can happen. So I promised you three things: USD CAD, Euro USD, and the index. And I'm done with Euro USD. Now I'm on the USD CAD chart. So on USD CAD, oh my word, this was a beautiful trade and an easy one, So obviously, USD CAD, I do think that we're coming back to this previous low. Look at how price action is formed, guys. Like, my goodness, this low just got broken, and you can see that we will get a series of, so this is what I'm expecting on this chart, like the market to push down to there. That's where I'm expecting that this will go, looking at how this has been on a selling trend for the longest time. So do look out for this move that will happen in the next week, and eat from it, guys. Eat. Don't be scared to eat. Most people are scared to eat the market's money. Don't be scared to eat. Hey, sure. Ask away, or forever hold your peace.